Sweden has the seventh highest score on the Human Development Index. What would you guys think of a country that has such a high score such as this? Well, today, guys, I will be talking to y'all about Sweden, its rich history, its social dynamics, and its current events. My name is Jake Harville, and I will be presenting to you guys an informative speech about Sweden. Sweden has a rich history that spans back to the 1300s. The development of the country is shown through its many historical events. One of those is through war and conflicting viewpoints. Sweden currently has a parliamentary, democratic, representative government, which means that a group of people come together and make decisions, but overall there is a prime minister that makes the executive decision, either chosen through family or however else. Their government, or let me back up for a second. Charles John overthrew the Swedish government back in the 1800s and assumed the name of King Charles XIV. Once this happened, Sweden became one of the most progressive countries in the world, and the Social Democratic Party gained a powerful position. The economy of Sweden turned from agriculture to industry in the 1930s. They allowed for Sweden to progress as it slowly transitioned from crops to building machinery. Sweden became specializing in ball bearings, metal, and automobiles, and this allowed for the country to become wealthier and eventually progress more. Due to its location, though, Sweden's agriculture is very limited. The climatic limitations of Sweden made it very difficult for crops to be grown during certain parts of the year. So they began their focus on industrial goods. So with that being said, now I will focus on the social dynamics of Sweden and how it is currently being ran. So Sweden has a very high emphasis on individualism. This means that the Swedish citizens have a very low power distance. They are focused on family, and they don't trade loyalty in exchange for anything. Loyalty is kind of built as time passes on. It has a very high score, individualism does, and because of focus and self-care, many people have a very high indulgence rating too. I will come to that later on in my speech. But the masculinity score for Sweden is very low, meaning that it has more of a feminine style of economy so that people are less competitive and more focused on doing what they enjoy. So now we're going to bring it back around to the indulgence score, which means that the Swedish citizens really enjoy doing what they love to do. Since it's very high, this tends to be a higher score in more progressive countries, as people are more motivated and there seems to be a younger crowd that likes to enjoy themselves. So since I've touched now on the social dynamics, I will get into the current events of Sweden. And one of the current events in Sweden is that the Nobel Peace Prize is being held in Stockholm this year. And actually, one of the Swedish astrophysicists is receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. He had the discovery of a mathematical equation of how the matter in our galaxy turned into a swirling galaxy. He has been researching this for over 50 years now and has finally come up with a mathematical equation to prove how certain galaxies were formed through tiny bits of matter. The Nobel Peace Prize is a very important event for Swedish people, as it is held in Stockholm, and there is a large gathering there every year to be celebrated. Sweden's 10th annual wind event occurred this October, and it will be celebrating the past 10 years of wind energy, and we'll be looking forward to the future of wind energy in Sweden. During the past 10 years, it has made leaps and bounds in their technological advancement of wind energy. In 2012, they generated 4 gigawatts of wind energy, and in 2019, they have generated nearly double that with 8 gigawatts of wind energy. Sweden is a very progressive country, and it has shown that even though it is not at the top of world headlines, it is still an impressive country that boasts many accolades. So in my speech, I've talked to you guys about the culture of Sweden, the social dynamics of Sweden, and Sweden's current events.